We finally got to the last episode of the Piccolo saga. If you are interested in knowing how this story began and how Caulifla met Goku, in the description there is a link with all the episodes of the saga. Goku says he couldn't marry her. Chi-Chi would be very angry with Goku. She says she will never forgive him. After saying this very seriously, she looks at Caulifla, the daughter of the recluse, was feeling very humiliated. The only thing she wanted was revenge. On the other hand, Caulifla also wanted to settle scores with Chi-Chi for the evil she did to Master Roshi. The tournament fights would be as follows: Goku versus Tien Shinhan, Caulifla versus Chi-Chi, Piccolo versus Krillin, and Yajirobe versus Yamcha. In the first fight, Goku would face Tien Shinhan, and the fight would be very intense. Tien Shinhan would be very confident. That's because he trained a lot to face Goku in the tournament. However, Goku shows that he was on another level, and Saiyan defeats Tien Shinhan. Chi-Chi tells Saiyan that she will never forgive her for having stayed with Goku. The spoiled daughter of the recluse was very confident. She thought she could win the fight. Caulifla felt that her opponent was a low-level fighter. Saiyan says she will use less than 1% of her power. If Caulifla used more than 1% of her power, she could send Chi-Chi to the other world. The fight begins, and Chi-Chi uses all his strength. Caulifla easily dodges the blows of her opponent. Saiyan never forgot that the son of the recluse hurt his grandfather. Caulifla says she didn't want to waste any more time with such a weak fighter. She controls her strength to not kill Chi-Chi. Even controlling her power, Caulifla would still leave the daughter of the recluse at the brink of death. Caulifla gives a blow that throws her opponent out of the platform. This last attack applies a little more force. Chi-Chi would be unconscious. Soon after, she would be taken to the hospital in a serious condition. Saiyan says that Chi-Chi's luck was that in the tournament it was not allowed to kill her opponent. Caulifla's desire was to leave Chi-Chi in pieces. The tournament continues, and Goku would face Caulifla, and their fight would be very exciting. People who watched were surprised by the fight. Piccolo, very confident, thought that Goku was not so powerful. "Goku, you with this level of power will never beat me." Very smiling, Goku says it was a good warm-up, and Caulifla says she will fight for it. They took off their training clothes and shoes, which were heavy. The weight of their clothes and shoes was approximately 150 kilograms. We only heard the sound. The speed is so much that we only heard the sound of the drums. Whoever won this fight would face Piccolo. Seeing that Goku and Caulifla were powerful, he would think, I have to be careful with Goku and Caulifla. The fight would be well balanced. However, Goku manages to beat Caulifla. Goku says it was a lot of fun. She says it was a shame they couldn't use 100% of their powers. With a big smile, Goku says that everything would be destroyed if they used 100%. Caulifla says in the fight against Piccolo, he has to use all his power. After all, it would be Goku versus Piccolo. Kamisama would just be watching the fight. If something went wrong, he would arrest Piccolo with a blow. The fight would be very exciting, and they get very hurt. as Piccolo Daimao in this story is more powerful. This Piccolo, who is facing Goku, is a little stronger. However, Goku had trained a lot with Caulifla, and his power surpassed Piccolo's. Piccolo Daimao is very nervous to see that Goku was stronger. As Goku is more powerful than Piccolo, he manages to throw Piccolo Daimao off the platform. The narrator says that Goku was the winner of the tournament, and that Goku could get the prize. Saiyan says that the fight was not over yet. The fight would continue outside the arena, so the tournament's headquarters would not be destroyed. Caulifla enters the arena in the middle of the fight. She wanted to help Goku. However, Goku says he wanted to finish the fight alone. She gets very angry, but in the end, she lets Goku fight. Caulifla, Kamisama, and some friends of Goku would watch the fight. Saiyan beats Piccolo. He lets Piccolo live. That's because if he killed Piccolo, Kamisama would go along. Goku is the winner of the tournament and the savior of the Earth. 2 days later, Goku and Caulifla get married. Bulma has a big party. She would also give a house and a large amount of money to Goku as a wedding gift. Not to mention that Goku received the prize of martial arts. That would be enough for Goku and Caulifla to live in peace for a long time. They stay living in the mountains, place where Goku lived with his grandfather. This place was great for the Saiyans to train. When Caulifla lived at Kami's house, she learned to cook. For this reason, Goku enjoyed several tasty dishes. A few months later, Caulifla gets pregnant. She never abandoned her grandfather. She frequently visited Master Roshi. He and Krillin were very happy to learn that Caulifla was pregnant. Krillin congratulates her friend. Master Roshi asks what the child's name would be. The Saiyan says she was thinking of some names if it were a girl, but she says that if it were a boy, Goku had already chosen. His name would be Gohan. A few months later, a strong and healthy boy is born. As Goku and Caulifla are purebred Saiyans, Gohan would be born with a tail. The Saiyans were very happy. Goku says he will train Gohan when he grows up. The Saiyan agrees with her husband. She says Gohan has to be a great martial arts fighter. Meanwhile, Piccolo would continue training to one day face Goku. The Piccolo Daimao even develops a special technique. A few days later, Goku and Caulifla take their son to Master Roshi's house for Master and his friend Krillin to meet him. A few years ago, Master Roshi destroyed the moon at the martial arts tournament. However, Kami-sama restored it with the Dragon Balls. It was for this reason that the tails of Goku and Caulifla were removed during training on the celestial platform. As Goku and Caulifla don't know that they can transform, Master Roshi suggests that Goku pull Gohan's tail when he grows up a little bit. He feared that Gohan would turn into Ozuru. The Master apologizes that it was better for Gohan not to have any weak points. They also go to Bulma's house to meet her son. Time goes by and Gohan grows up. Goku realizes that his son has a great fighting spirit. This makes the Saiyan very proud. The Saiyan would begin to teach her son. Caulifla knew how to read and write very well. This is because she learned from her grandfather. Gohan was almost 5 years old when Goku begins to teach martial arts to the little boy.